It's time for another episode of The Real Crimes of Kurri Kurri. It was a busy day on the 25th of February 2025 when court sat. I'll do this in a few parts. Just a couple of quick observations before we unpack some of the cases. First case is a young guy where the magistrate says, quote, "You got on the gear and got on the beers," end quote. By gear, they mean meth. In my opinion, it's a bad sign when the magistrate starts sentencing, "So you got on the gear, blah, 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 blah." The guy pled guilty to mid-range drink driving as he blew .127, and he also pled guilty to drug driving. He was given a community release order with conviction, already suspended for driving, and was disqualified for 3 more months, and will have an interlock fitted for 12 months when he gets his licence back. Talking about meth, the next case starts with references to meth and a syringe. However, I couldn't quite work out how they related to the case. The guy is charged with 2 counts of goods in custody. I think one of the goods was a drill, which he claims he purchased on Marketplace, and the other sounded like it was a padlock, which he claims he found in the bush. The next bit gets a bit confusing. There is a mention that there is a hoarding issue and he can't produce the receipts. Anyways, he's fined $350 for each charge. They never say who gets to keep the drill or the padlock. Next case is the guy who is driving a vehicle that is not licensed to drive. They don't say what the vehicle is. But an example might be driving like a huge truck when you only hold a license to drive a car. He's convicted and fined $330. Of course, there's the usual cases that involve being caught driving when suspended. Remember, the how and the why they've been suspended isn't the issue. That's already been sorted out. The reason a new case is here because they got caught driving during the suspension period. In one case, the defendant wasn't here but emailed and agreed for the matter to be dealt with in his absence. He's convicted, disqualified for 3 months and fined $550. Another case involving drive suspended still has about $2,000 worth of unpaid fines. So he will return for a sentence once he sorts out a payment plan. He also has a goods in custody case at Cessnock, but he and the magistrate agreed that they'll talk about that tomorrow when he appears before this same magistrate at Cessnock Local Court. Next case is a guy that, quote, "lost it," end quote, and violently damaged his mother-in-law's property. There's an AVO in place to protect the mother-in-law who regularly visits the home to help out with the kids. He is convicted and placed on a community corrections order for 18 months. No compensation order is made as it's understood the damage will be dealt with under insurance. The final case in this part is described by the magistrate as chilling. The guy has pled guilty to the charge that is use carriage service to threaten, harass or menace. Remember, this is a Commonwealth offence, so there's some formalities to start off with to see that everyone agrees that it can be dealt with in this local court and using state laws. Everyone agrees. The guy has sent a text to his ex-partner. They had stayed friends after the breakup, however, the relationship deteriorated. The text included threatening harm using words such as "set yous on fire." There's discussion about mental health. He's convicted and placed on a community corrections order for 18 months. There is one unanswered question in this case, which was briefly discussed. The guy is studying and it's asked how this conviction will impact on his new career. Not sure, but that's a good point for the rest of us to take away from this case. Sometimes there's far-reaching consequences to a conviction here at New South Wales Local Court. Something to think about when you're getting on the gear or threatening to set someone on fire via text. In the next part, I will unpack the other cases.